Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a subdomain on Hostinger. So first you need to log into your Hostinger account, then you need to select your hosting plan. Here I have two, so I'm just going to select one of them. And first you need to add your domain name, if you haven't already done so. If you have already added your domain name or you already purchased the domain name through Hostinger, then you should have your domain name here. In that case, you just need to go to Domains, Subdomains, and here you can create a subdomain. So a subdomain is basically a separate section of a main domain. You create a subdomain by adding a prefix before your main domain name. So for example, blog.yoursite.com. So here you just need to write blog. So here on Hostinger, you can create a custom folder for the subdomain under your public HTML. So if you click here, you just create a folder, and this is where the subdomain will work. Then you just click create, and your subdomain should work. But let's take a different approach. Let's assume that our domain name is registered somewhere else. So I happen to have a domain name here on Namecheap. Okay, this domain name does not point to Hostinger yet. So I'm just going to copy this domain name, and I will go back here and I will add this new domain. Okay, I'm not going to create any of these, so I will just skip this and this as well, and I will select use an existing domain. Okay, click continue, and Namecheap warns me that I need to change the name servers of this domain name to point to their server. So the easiest way is to just copy these name servers and go back here, click manage, and here under the name server settings, just select custom DNS and paste them here. So I will copy the first one, add it here, and the second one here, and just click here to save the settings. But I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to cancel this, because what if I don't want to change the name servers? If I change the name servers to the Hostinger name servers, then I will basically hand over all the DNS settings to Hostinger, but there may be some reasons why you don't want to do that. In that case, you need to go to Advanced DNS and here edit the DNS records. But first, let's go back to Hostinger, just click continue, and just go to the control panel. Okay, so let's go and create the subdomain. So let's go to Domains, Subdomains, and for example, let's create a blog.hostinsitehub.net and just click create. Okay, so Hostinger is warning us that the domain is not pointing to the Hostinger name servers, and we need to add an A record in the DNS zone to activate the subdomain. Let's continue. Okay, so the subdomain has been created. That's fine. So somehow we need to point this subdomain to the Hostinger server. For that, we first need the IP address of the server. There are many ways to obtain this, but I'm just going to go here to Advanced DNS Zone Editor, and here this is the IP address that we need. We can go back to subdomains, and let's go to the domain registrar, to Namecheap. By the way, if your domain name is not registered with Namecheap, the process is basically the same. You need to find where you can edit your DNS records, and here you will need to create an A record. So here I'm just going to click add a new record. I'm going to select A record, And for the host, we need to add the name or the prefix of the subdomain, which is blog. And for the value, we need to add the IP address. Let's just select a very short TTL and click Save Changes. Okay, let's go back to Hostinger. We have the subdomain. Let's open this in a browser. Okay, so we still need to wait a little bit. It may take a while for the DNS to refresh. Okay, so now we get a different message, and it means that we don't have an SSL certificate for this domain. So let's go back to Hostinger. Let's go to Security, select SSL. It's now installing, so we don't really have to do anything else, just wait a little bit. But if you see this red failed warning, then you just have to click here and click reinstall. And the SSL certificate will be installed on that domain or subdomain. Okay, this shouldn't take long. Let me just refresh. Okay, and now the SSL certificate is active on my subdomain. And if I refresh this page, now I get the opening default Hostinger page. Okay, so basically this is how you can create a subdomain, and this is how you can use the DNS A record to point to this subdomain if the domain name is not with the same hosting provider. If you have any questions, just please leave a comment below the video and I will do my best to quickly get back to you. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.